Rolex is not just a watch company. It is one of the most powerful luxury businesses in the world. This brand has no public owner, offers no discounts, no traditional advertising, yet it makes billions of dollars every single year. People don't simply buy a Rolex. They wait for it, they chase it, and sometimes they even pay more than the original price just to own one. So the real question is not how Rolex sells watches, but how Rolex won the luxury business game so completely. Rolex does not sell time. Every watch in the world can tell time. What Rolex truly sells is status, power, and success. When you look at world leaders, top CEOs, athletes, and celebrities, you will often see a Rolex on their wrist. What makes this even more interesting is that Rolex watches do not become cheaper over time. In many cases, they become more expensive. Some people buy a Rolex not as a fashion accessory, but as an investment. This is what separates Rolex from ordinary watch brands. The story of Rolex begins in 1905 with a man named Hans Wilsdorf. At that time, wristwatches were considered unreliable and inaccurate, and most people trusted only pocket watches. Wilsdorf believed the future belonged to wristwatches, but only if they could be made precise and durable. Instead of competing on low prices, he focused on quality, accuracy, and trust. Rolex became one of the first brands to receive official chronometer certifications, proving that their watches were not just stylish, but extremely accurate. From the very beginning, Rolex was built to be the best, not the cheapest. Branding played a massive role in Rolex's rise. Instead of traditional advertising, Rolex associated itself with extraordinary achievements. Its watches were worn by explorers climbing Mount Everest, divers exploring the deepest parts of the ocean, pilots flying record-breaking missions, and athletes winning championships. Rolex never said, "Buy our watch." Instead, it showed the world who was already wearing it. The message was simple and powerful. When you reach the top, you wear a Rolex. This strategy turned the brand into a symbol of achievement rather than just a product. One of the most shocking things about Rolex is its refusal to offer discounts. You will never see a Rolex clearance sale or price cuts. This is not a coincidence. Rolex understands that discounts destroy luxury. When something is easily available or frequently discounted, it loses its sense of value. By keeping prices firm and controlled, Rolex makes every purchase feel like an accomplishment. Owning a Rolex feels earned, not bought. Scarcity is another key reason behind Rolex's success. Rolex intentionally limits how many watches it produces each year. Demand is far greater than supply, which creates long waiting lists for many popular models. Some customers wait months or even years to get the Rolex they want. This scarcity increases desire. When people are told they cannot have something immediately, it becomes even more attractive. Rolex does not chase customers. Customers chase Rolex. Because of this imbalance between demand and supply, Rolex watches often sell for higher prices in the resale market than in official stores. Some models double or even triple in value. At this point, a Rolex is no longer just a watch. It becomes an asset. People no longer ask how much the watch cost. They ask which Rolex model it is. That is when a product turns into a business empire. One of the most surprising facts about Rolex is its ownership structure. Rolex is not owned by a billionaire or a group of shareholders. It is owned by a private foundation. This means Rolex does not face pressure for short-term profits. It can focus entirely on long-term brand value, consistency, and quality. While other brands chase trends and fast growth, Rolex takes its time. And that patience has made it nearly unbeatable. Rolex's designs change very slowly. Its quality standards remain extremely high. Its reputation grows stronger with every generation. In a world where trends come and go quickly, Rolex stays timeless. Trends fade, but Rolex remains. This consistency builds trust, and trust builds an empire. There are powerful business lessons hidden in Rolex's story. Scarcity creates desire. Brand perception matters more than features. Long-term thinking always beats short-term hype. And true luxury is not about price, but about meaning. Rolex did not just sell watches. It sold confidence, success, and legacy. Rolex never tried to measure time. It measured success. That is how a simple wristwatch became a $10 billion business empire. If you enjoyed this deep dive into brand psychology and business strategy, make sure to like this video and subscribe to BusinessMindzz for more powerful stories about how iconic brands dominate the world.